address, is that correct?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. Could I ask each member to, please, tell me your name and your permanent address so that I can have a record of that?
Sure. It's Stephen with a PH, Boland, B-O-L-A-N-D.
Okay,
I live at 155
yeah,
Ranger Road
Ranger Road,
in Somerset,
okay,
as it goes.
Ray Fazzato, 1283 Reed Street.
okay,
Mary Ellen Aspen, it's 435 Kaufman Road.
Kaufman, okay,
Jim Pereira, 160 Purrington. That's Pereira, one R.
Pereira with one R,
One
and Parrington, how
R.
is it?
Puring, P-U-R,
P-U-R,
I-N-G-T-O-N.
Richard Silvio, 1229 Reed Street. So is that?
okay. And, I just, like to ask one more question of Mr. Frizzato. So, Mr. Frizzato, you do not live as your permanent address at 267 Clarkston Street in Fall River?
No, that's my girlfriend's house.
That's your girlfriend's house, but that's not your address. Okay, thank you.
Okay, moving right along. Let's see, we have sign for Pierce Beach.
We have anything to put on that?
Well, I
Signs
just,
were not in today, but I was there.
I wanted.
Oh, the signs.
The sign or sign?
Oh, okay, I know,
Sign, well,
okay.
I put it on there as sign, meaning that some meetings ago, we had discussed wanting to put a sign there.
Oh, okay.
I did go to a local establishment to try to get a few things worked out. I brought it back, we kind of discussed a potential size. Jimmy, at that time, made mention that he would be willing to look into this. I kind of wanted to pick that up and continue along with that, so it's on the agenda, so that maybe we could do something with that in the future, maybe soon,
I think it's a good idea.
while school is still in, maybe.
Well, not for me, just look at that.
You know what I mean? So, I just wanna make sure that we still have interest with accomplishing that.
I think it's a good idea. We're starting to, get some banners to put up, you know, on some of our sites with the new logo. I still, you know, we have the one sign going into Pierce Beach, and it's highlighted by no dogs allowed. I think we're gonna dress it up, and I think it'll be.
Well, we did the whole thing about the history of
Yeah.
the land and who owned it, and so I'd like to finish that and complete the, okay?
All right.
Can you, is that something you can get?
Is
Is that something you can look into?
Have they bobblehead day? We give it one? We never had it.
Alright, go.
Yeah, the signs we did, I know I did the research one at the Bonnie and how the town got the beach and why it's called what it is. And it's, but we can do that, it's just a matter of how big the sign we wanna get. I think the sign they have up at the complex, the John Cross one, is really nice.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much they pay for that. Matt, you know?
How
$1,500.
much?
$1,200.
$1,200.
I'll
Share
go with
and
his
sign.
quote. I'll go with his guy.
Yeah,
About
Jerry
1,200?
Gobiel, right here.
Oh, yeah, the guy
If I
right
can
down
get
there.
it, yeah, so,
That's who I initially went and visited.
I mean, that's a nice sign.
that's a really nice sign.
If we- As long as we, you know, we could do something like that, it's just, you know, we had talked about making it a little smaller.
Smaller, and
But still, if we do it at all our playgrounds, I think it might be wise to make them kinda all similar.
Universal.
Correct.
Yeah, and, you know, so we do something.
At one time, we had signs at South Complex, and I'm trying to think who made them. And it was Frank Murphy, out of wood. It's just like the one when you're coming down Prospect Street, where the cemetery is.
Those are nice.
Yeah.
He made those, oh yeah, he made them.
I mean, maybe something in September might be, we do have a new administration at Diamond. We do have it in with the,
Gentleman that's,
no, I mean, the school committee man from Somerset, that maybe we can,
we all know.
expedite and get some made and, shut the pens now, you know, September's the time to do it now. This
Okay,
time,
well,
'cause we're
I just
in the
wanted to
house.
throw it
Like we
out
did
there.
with the train.
Train.
Put the order in.
Yeah, put the order in and see what we can do, I mean, depending.
But we can still utilize the banners that we have
Yep.
that were done.
And those are good for the summer, it's just a
Yeah.
matter, the signs obviously,
So they
leaves
work
your
down.
peers.
Yeah.
And I mean, it would really sharpen it up a bit, cause that sign up at the South Complex is pretty nice. Anything else on the, signs for Pierce Beach? Sign for Pierce Beach, not signs.
Also, the town is putting all new signs up. That request that I gave Barry, according to Fabian, he said he will be there
Friday.
Friday, and he's gonna start putting up all brand new signs. The stop sign, the wrong way sign, do not enter sign, he's gonna do all of those signs, they're all done. All I have to be, they all have to be, yeah, fasten your seatbelts when,
After you pick up the train,
after you leave the kids, yeah.
please.
So all those signs, there are 9 of them, I believe. I gave Barry a list of,
Yep.
that I went around.
Yeah, it was.
As I did each playground, checking it out.
Yeah, I'm saying this, Fabian was out this week, he's out next week, but the highway department actually was contacted by Keating this week to do some, emergency paving jobs too, so that's why we've had a
Welcome
little
to spring.
backlog, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to spring,
Welcome to spring. Anything else on signs?
sign.
Signs. All right, staff
These
training.
are all the signs, 8 of them.
Staff training, last Saturday, it went very well, in conjunction with, we had, pitch it run through as well. But staff training, we had, 20 new employees that went through the CPR and first aid training. You signed the bill for that tonight. There were a few people who did not show. There was 3 people who did not show. I contacted them and let them know that, you know, the town and the department takes care of the training, so if you still want the job, let us know, but it's gonna be up to them to get their own CPR and first aid training,
And out of their pocket.
and it's out of their pocket. It's a 2-year commitment, the town does, and,
Which we've always provided.
it's always been done in this way here, it works out well. As far as,
Is there a time, sorry, is there a time limit that they have to get this done?
oh, they had to let me know by Wednesday, by today, if they, in fact, they would still wanna take the job and,
If they were taking the
and do the training, because
Yeah?
I have not heard from the 3 people, so. But then what we do is we go to, if we have to, we go to people who are not given a job and see if they're still interested. But I think we can do well with that.
Since there was the same day, you wanted to talk about the pinch hit and run?
Yeah, pitch hit and run, because of the rain the week before, we, had a small group, an enthusiastic group. We did it over Posville. I think that we should do a wrap-up of that, probably next month. And I get some ideas, I've talked with a couple of people, about it. The possibility of next year, maybe, I haven't really sat down with Chris yet, but, thought maybe one of the things we could do, possibly do it on opening, as part of opening day festivities. You know, and I know softball and baseball have different opening days, so it's not so, this way here, it might be, you have a captive audience. If not, Pottersville worked pretty well. But again, once you get into the season where all the games start, and we had all that rain the week before, teams had makeups and had, you know, they still have a bunch of makeups to make up.
Always.
Always doing makeup
No, it's
stuff.
not a bad idea if we can coordinate it with the leagues. I think it'd work best for everybody.
Because it only takes about an hour, so if we do it, if they don't wanna stay and do it, they don't have to, but I know the people who did it last year were basically the people who did it this year, and they look forward to doing it. So we have kids going off to the sectionals, which will be held, on June 4th, in Kingston, Mass. So, not in Swansea this year, they rotate them around. So they actually asked us if we would host the sectional next year. I said, well, we'll see, if we could do it, but it's up to
What's the name of the
basically.
place?
It's Kingston, Steve, you know the name of that group that.
Strikers, SL Strikers that are up in Kingston, they run.
Kingston, Mass.
They-
This
they-
is
they-
not just right,
baseball,
Kingston,
softball
Mass.
complex.
Just
So
south
I
of
make sure I get it
Manchester.
right. That's it.
What would they need for us to run,
Well, what happens is, if you're doing the sectionals,
oh, you'd have your stuff together.
well, if you're running the sectionals, you're actually taking the winners from all the different locals.
Yeah, I understand it, but what does it entail for facilities?
It's basically, we could do it at South Complex if we did.
Do you know how many kids we're talking?
You're talking probably about maybe 200 kids,
UBIA.
200
about 200 kids.
Kingston has, in Lake Swansea, they have like 7 or 8 fields together, like Don has
Yeah,
over
they
at
do it
Coyle,
towards
and they put them all on there.
I mean, do we have the capabilities of,
Well, the thing is, the way we had talked about doing it this year, with the numbers of kids at Somerset baseball and Somerset softball, utilizing the softball field for the softball and using the 3 baseball fields, it's perfect. I've done it in other communities, which I won't name, you know. This will cost me money if I name it, it's an inside joke for you new people. But we used to have the local leagues do theirs, and then they would bring another local level to us, and we would use the 3 different fields. We'd do one field for 7 and 8-year-olds, one field for 9 and 10s, and another field for 11 and 12s, and then we would rotate them, you know, through, just an hour with each. So it worked out, it would work out well. But it is something, I think that we could very easily say, you know, thank you, but we'll look at it and possibly see how we do it on opening day next year, or however we wanna do it for next year.
I mean, I think that's a nice showcase for, facilities.
And if anyone's watched baseball the last few weeks on Sunday Night's Baseball, they're really putting a big push for pitch, hit, and run on all the networks and stuff. And they show the kids. This year for the first year, Major League Baseball is actually doing a junior home run derby contest, the night of the home run derby contest. And all the kids who are the regional winners, once they went from sectionals at Kingston, then they go to Fenway Park. So from Fenway Park, they go to the All-Star game, and they're part of the home run derby festivities.
I mean, I think after next year, we look into running it and showcasing our facilities, and this way they can open up the snack thing and make some money on it.
I think the only reason why I offered to do it was because I thought it was always a fun event, being a baseball person, that kind of showcase your local talent, and, you know, so.
Good.
Do that.
Any other questions on pinch hit and run? All right, moving right along. Status of lifeguards.
That is the lifeguards, we actually have 2 on staff right now, but I'll know tomorrow morning. We have 3 people, we have actually one person who passed the lifeguard course on Sunday, and is bringing his paperwork in tomorrow. He just had to wait for his cards to come in, and we have 2 others taking a class right now, will be finished tomorrow. So,
4 would be a good number,
4, possibly 5,
even better.
yeah.
The more the merrier.
The more
I
the
agree.
more the better, because,
They
you know,
drop like
if
flies.
it's a situation where we need, you know, if we need to staff it a little more, you know, we can do that, but last year was just a nightmare, and as it was in a lot of places, you know, just trying to get people to take the lifeguard courses, and it's crazy, so.
Is there an age requirement?
They have to be at least 15 years old to take the test, to take the course. Red Cross and YMCA, you can take a lifeguard training class at age 15. It's up to the local municipality whether or not you want to hire someone at age 15. I personally have gone through this many years as a water safety instructor trainer and a lifeguard training instructor. Yeah, I would hire someone in a pool at age 15, but not open water. But that's just, that would be my recommendation to this board, because we don't hire 16-year-olds for any other position, and this is probably the most. But they can take a lifeguard course at age 15, and that card is good for 3 years.
What you meant, Barry, is we don't hire 50s.
We don't hire
Yeah,
15s.
We take 60s.
We
Yeah.
hired 16 and up.
Yeah, we didn't,
16
yeah,
up.
sorry, that's it.
16 and up,
Just
yeah.
making
So 16 years and older is what we do.
Well, we
Yes.
hire
Okay, that's all
15,
I-
We actually, we have interviewed 15-year-olds, you know, but,
Well, we've hired 15-year-olds who are gonna be 16.
right,
And then
During
we
the
go
summer.
to, during the summer.
later on.
It's
they
not
would
like
be
we don't
employed
hire-
after
If we
they
need
turn-
them,
Just, you know,
yeah. No, but the lifeguard certification is good for 3 years. So we try to tell kids, if you wanna take it, it's a good idea to take it early. And then from there, by the time you're done, you go off to college at age 18, you generally can take that class. If you go to a college that has lifeguard training as part of a curriculum, you can take it for college credit too. So then you're good taking a refresher course in college.
Question, how many of these people for lifeguards have understood that if they stay the whole summer, we're gonna pay half their fee?
All of them,
They all know.
all of them.
Okay, just so everyone knows, anyone who signed up for the lifeguard and is taking the class, if you pass, you come to work for us, we cover half of your expense for the lifeguard.
If you,
If they
you-
work the whole summer.
But you have to work the whole summer for us.
at
So
the
we
end of the
cover,
summer, we'll reimburse half of your fee of 325 or
Or whatever they-
whatever it is.
whatever it is you paid, we cover half of it.
Because lifeguards are a commodity.
Yeah, you
It's
can't,
tough.
I know someone who's working at Horseneck and they're already down like
Yeah.
200-300.
Well, with-
They're
look,
sick.
you know, and I don't know how the state does it, but I think I've heard that the state, they want a commitment from lifeguards for 40 hours. You know, and again, it's very difficult, if you've never sat in a lifeguard chair for an hour, just imagine sitting in it for 40 hours in the sun.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, it's the most monotonous thing going, it's just not a good thing. I'm trying to be realistic with these kids, if this is the first job, lifeguarding, or even this, you know, never worked on at a river, only worked in a pool, it's completely different, so.
Okay, any more questions on lifeguards?
Moving on.
Moving right on. Field
Okay.
permits, South Posville, Pierce Field.
Okay, South, we have, since our last meeting, we have had some requests for some field permits for, South, actually for, Pottersville first. And, Teamworks has put in a request for, Pottersville for the basketball courts. And also for the, football field for their Sunday morning,
Pottersville.
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 Not South.
No, you said football field.
Yeah,
You
well,
think-
it's,
people
well,
think the high school. but
no,
we-
it's
Pottersville.
the open area that they actually, go over there and they actually line the fields. The highway department does not have to do that. They line the field, they let us know when they're gonna line. I let them know when they're doing their last cut for the week. They go over and line the field for an 80-yard field, and they do their flag football.
That's on Sunday morning.
It's on Sunday mornings, and that goes, the beginning of June right through to, before we get to the fall season. I told them we couldn't do the fall season yet, we're just gonna do the spring and summer right
That's
now.
football, this one, right?
Right, that's their flag, their house
Flag
flag
football.
football.
The one that's starting up, the flag football in Somerset.
Somerset flag football, that's gonna be the fall.
That's
but-
fall?
Yeah,
Okay, I just
that's,
don't want them running to,
No.
where they looking to play? Same place?
well, from what I understand, they're looking to do.
The high school?
No, over here, and
Okay.
also middle school, so they haven't really come to us yet, but I did tell Teamworks that, you know, we did have a proposal from, you know, flag football for youth, and so they said, yeah, that's not a problem.
Nobody, baseball doesn't do nothing down there Sunday mornings?
Not Sunday mornings, not Pottsville.
Okay, great.
So the issue we had last year, because they do their own lining, we do a one-time cost for them for $200, and it's up to you to decide when.
All the paperwork's in?
All the paperwork's in, and they have to update their insurance as well for basketball and for the basketball courts and for the,
When they getting that in?
tomorrow.
Okay.
I told them I'd be presenting it for them tonight.
Okay. Anybody have questions about Teamworks?
Is that the actual request right there? She's left, could I see it, please?
I'll give it to you in 1 second, I'm just
Okay.
getting the right dates of everything. Now, this basketball thing starts in the spring and it's just on Monday nights.
No, the basketball
Oh, wait a minute.
is Thursday nights.